Mark and Will, yeah. Mark and Will, yeah.
It's the Mark and Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show. Monday through Friday, player. Watch it while you on the go. It's the Mark and Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show. Catch them at 8 p.m. They gon' tell you what they know. It's the Mark and Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show. Monday through Friday, player. Watch it while you on the go. It's the Mark and Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show. Catch them at 8 p.m. They gon' tell you what player. Watch it while you on the go. It's the Mark and Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show. Catch them at 8 p.m. They gon' tell you what they know.
It's the Mark and Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show.
What's going on, people? Welcome to the Mark and Will Show. Yes, we was on earlier. Had a great interview with Michael, standout point guard for Holy Cross. But you know, a lot of stuff happened over the weekend that we definitely got to go and talk about. Yours truly, Will, is in the building. Got the Don, got Mr. Stats, got T-Rock. What's going on, fellas? How everybody doing?
Good.
Feeling like a winner.
Winner, chicken dinner. Okay, congratulations, Chief. Guys, we definitely gonna get into this. We know we had an epic show all last week, really. You know what I'm saying? So Thursday was real fun. So you know we're gonna go and talk about the Super Bowl, but there's a lot of other stuff we're gonna talk about, without a doubt. How you doing, Don?
My. No, I'm good. I had time to get over it, but hey, things happen. Must be a winner, must be a loser, and we ended up being on the losing end. So, like I said, we'll get on that later.
Okay, Mr. Stats, what's going on with you, man?
I'm good, fellas. How y'all doing?
Hey, we know they supercharged, flat, and happy. So it's all good. It's all good. So this is where you're gonna find us at. Make sure you guys go ahead and check us out. We pretty much everything at the Mark and Will Show. So go ahead and do that. We talking about Twitter, Facebook, TikTok. You don't stop. Instagram, YouTube, all that stuff. Facebook page. Go ahead. Show that some more love. Over 12,000 followers on that one. So continue to do that. Hit that like. Hit that follow. The Players Club is over 10.4. So go ahead and continue to do that. You know, it is what it is. We're growing. We're giving you guys more interviews, more coverage, great conversation. Just like tonight is going to be an epic one. So please go ahead and continue that. We already got Shannon. She said, good evening. Y'all forgot about me. Yes, you was on the show last week. You know what I'm saying? Hey, it's all good. You in the memory bank. We know who you picked and all that kind of good stuff. You know, I know you was going for the 49ers on that one. So, you know, said congratulations, Travis. So Travis got that W.
Thank
so,
you.
All that kind of good stuff. So make sure you go ahead and follow, like I said, man. Appreciate you guys without a doubt. All right. Now, anything happening in wrestling? Now, we know we had a nice little discussion about this. So the Don, T-Rock, anything pop off? And I did watch Netflix, the wrestling. That was cool. It kind of threw me off because I didn't know old boy owned it.
Yeah.
Oh, Matt Jones.
Matt Jones and the mayor. And the mayor.
Yeah,
Everybody
and the
got
mayor.
hair. And Nick
Right.
Coffey up in the stuff too. Like what? Everybody's hand was all in that. It kind of rubbed me kind of wrong. I was like, oh, so I had to put up with it. But it was good. It was good information though. I really enjoyed it. So thank you guys for telling me about that. But anything that happened over the weekend or anything with the wrestling guys?
What you got, Trav?
Well, I was just gonna say, you know, there's all kind of what's the word, rumors as to what this whole situation with was going to look like with The Rock and all this kind of thing, as far as with Cody, since he slapped him at the press conference and all this kind of stuff. So, I think above all, that's it. Elimination Chamber is coming up. When is it done? Later on this
Elimination
month?
Chamber should be what? Yeah, the The end of the month, the
Yeah,
26th.
I think it's the end of the month.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then that match is basically going to be to see who wrestles Seth Rollins, who is the champion, essentially on Raw. See who wrestles him for his belt at WrestleMania, headline WrestleMania.
Hmm.
Other than that, I mean, you had Friday night. I can't think of too much that actually popped off Friday night, but they building up to. I know they said where next week you will have Roman Reigns and The Rock on their next week, so they
Mm.
built towards that. This past Monday they was in Lexington. Friday, where was they at? Philly? No, they was in Philly. They was in St. Louis, somewhere like I think it was St. Louis or like that. But they building up for that. And what else? Like AEW. I think I don't know if you heard Travis about where they talking about Will Ospreay supposed to be on his way to AEW and Mercedes. He's supposed to be on her way. Mercedes
Yeah,
Monet,
yeah.
and that would
She
be
used to be
Sasha Banks.
Sasha Banks in the
Right.
WWE.
Hmm.
So that's some big moves for AWA, some big signs for them.
Okay.
But other than that, I can't even think nothing else really, you know, popping off really.
Cool, cool, cool. We know you guys gonna keep us abreast of anything. Mr. Stats, you got anything to add on that? Or you
Oh no, no.
okay, okay,
I
cool.
did, I did watch another documentary on Nature Boy, Ric Flair.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah,
Woo!
Yeah, I did watch something else about that. You know what I mean? I ain't got too many details, but
He's a wild boy.
yeah.
I did
That's a
some
good
research.
one.
Yeah, yeah, I'm gonna check it out.
Yeah,
Cool,
Yeah, he's a
cool.
wild boy.
you're gonna
Yeah.
hear plenty of history right there. What Ric Flair used to do.
I know that's right. What's up, D? Said good evening, fellas.
Good evening.
Let me see.
Deep.
Erica said, hey, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's going on? Yeah, I know she's got a lot to chime in on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, she's already said.
I
She's
already
already.
know. I already know. It's all good. It is all good, without a doubt. All right. So, in case you guys don't know, on our Facebook page, we've been talking about Black History Month. So we've been talking about the athletes and things like that, and Don D has been doing a great job. And so today we have Athena Gibson.
No, Gibson. Athena Gibson is the first black tennis player to win the French Open. To win, well, you want to say first off three majors,
Okay.
as in tennis. So you say the French Open, the U.S. Open, and the Wimbledon single titles. So
Somebody didn't pay
You don't know?
the
He's
sponsor.
stupid. He's stupid. I got it. Let's see. Let me go ahead and pick up for him on this one. So that's funny. Athena Gibson is the first black tennis player to win the French Open, and that was in 1956, the U.S. Open in 57 and 58, the Wimbledon 57 and 58 single titles. Gibson is in the International Tennis Hall of Fame and dominated the global game in the late 1950s and later became a professional golfer. So, very talented to do both, you know what I'm saying, like that. So, we definitely appreciate um, that one, which is all good. So, he'll probably join us back. I was going to say, because it was like, we got to talk about this. We got to talk about this. Let's see.
Althea Gibson.
Yeah,
all
so
right.
that's all right. We thought you would already pulled your not talk about anything. That's later on in the show. But I went ahead and told everybody about it. That's all good. That's all good. We was very fortunate. We've been trying to go to games, and we've been going to the games. Last week we went to Shawnee, which was great. We went to the Iroquois versus WEB the boys game, which was another. I think that game was at Mel was homecoming. Coach Alexander and them great hospitality. They took care of us and things like that. Very interesting game because I haven't seen Iroquois played in a minute. It was the first time watching WEB the boys. And Iroquois, man, they had some guards, man. They was smaller team compared to WEB the boys, but they bought it, man. They hung in there and did what they needed to do, but it was just too much, Mr. Wright. and Brown and things like that. What you think of the game, Don?
Yeah, like you said, that height from. I mean, and the thing about it, Iroquois guys probably was more experienced and older,
Right.
and we knew about even just the freshmen and sophomores. The height proved to be an advantage for them. I mean, as in, Wright getting 16 rebounds himself. Hey, that tells a lot because he was up and overpowering them and using that body to get inside and do what he had to do. And you had Brown seemed like he was all over the place, hitting his little jumper and penetrating to the hole when he needed to. And the other guy was number one, Heath.
Hmm.
Heath ended up being him, and he had 15 points, and he contributed well. But Iroquois with Mitchell and number four, Persley. I don't know if I'm saying his name wrong, Angelo, and both of them contributed for Iroquois very much and kept them into the game as it was going along.
Mr. Stats, what you think about the game? I know you came out there with
Yeah.
us.
The boys did have, a major height advantage, but it didn't necessarily show in the score. I think, well, Iroquois kept it fairly close for the majority of the game. I thought it was a good game. Again, like I said, the height advantage didn't really,
Right,
equate to much.
right. Yeah, it's just like it was almost like the boys couldn't really pull away. They had
Hmm.
a nice lead, but of
Hmm.
course always kept coming back. I just think it was two well coached teams. Big time. Like the Don said that Iroquois to me had probably more veterans. What I'm saying, compared to the boys, but Coach Alexander took care of business. He was coaching, and Coach Morrow on the other team, he well coached, always been coaching well. His team was well prepared too, but it was fun, man. And hats off to them. You know what I'm saying? You see, I got my WEB the boys merch on. You know what I'm saying? Supporting them.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
a
right.
little support. Big shout out, Coach Alexander.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Without a doubt, man. I
Oh,
appreciate you guys.
You,
I
you
don't
gonna have
think
to shoot him
I
some
don't
more
think
sizes.
no. What you say?
Say you gonna have to shoot him some more sizes over there.
Yeah, because I'm gonna tell you, I don't know too many coming with a whole jogging suit, man.
Right.
I'm just being 100. So hey,
and set the bar.
Yeah, he said
beyond.
it high. He said it high.
Hey, hell, I guess to top them, we're gonna need some coats or something. You know what I'm saying? Shit, I mean, Letterman jacket or something. Whatever. Because they set it extra high. But man, enjoyed the game and all that kind of stuff, and got to meet his mother, who actually kind of spearhead the interview. So that was good to get to meet her and things like that. So WE the boys definitely would be coming back and checking you guys out. Uh, Kunta Farmer, the AD, he's on the mic. He was cutting up on the mic, big time. And they probably only school I know that use Whitney Houston's national anthem to get you ready. I was
Oh
like, is
my
that
goodness.
Whitney? Oh man, he's bringing out Whitney, bro. Like, okay, have everybody up for crying and stuff and all that. So, nah, it was good though. It was definitely good with that. So, like I said, we definitely got a lot of stuff to cover. So, I want to go ahead, and I'm not gonna do NBA today, but I do want to get some women basketball. Um, Women basketball, you got Texas A&M defeat Kentucky 61-44. You know, been talking about. It seems like every Monday I say the same thing, and it is what it is. It's just a matter of time for somebody's probably gonna get that the axe. Kentucky overall is 9-15, 2-8 in conference. Uh, it, it, I don't know, man, because like I said, last year, there was a lot of people transfer out and things like that, and then she brought some people in. I don't know if they're not listening and it's falling to deaf ears. And we know that the SEC basketball is a good division of the women's side too. So it's there's no easy wins. You're gonna have to you're becoming the homecoming, which you do not want that to happen. Without a doubt. So this disturbing to me because it seemed like we just doing the same thing. This is just a different team and they keep on losing. Box score wise, let's see who led Kentucky. Let me see. Patty 11-7. Petty started the year double machines, and we talking about 20-12. But when you playing that competition, they scouting you, and you that number one option to them. They really knocking it out. And actually, this is the most she done scored probably against a good team in a minute. Sher
Right.
had 10 points. Miles had 5. King 5. 13 total off the bench. But I mean, I don't know. Um, it is what it is. Coach Elvey, they may be looking for a new coach at the end of the season. I don't know. Don, you got anything to add?
No, pretty much like you said. I mean, it's getting ready to be it's like the same old song every week. I mean, for them, I don't know. Like you said, I don't know. It's the players, the coach. If they just falling out of rhythm, there's something going on inside, but it don't seem like the same team or what the team was supposed to be from the beginning.
Right.
'Cause I swore they looked better at the beginning of the season coming in, especially coming off of. I mean, I thought a fairly decent year last year. So thought they should be better, but evidently spiral is going downhill, not up.
Right. Right. T Rock, what you got?
I mean, they look good on paper. So I don't know. It just the drop that they have had since what's his name, Matthew
Mitchell. Mm-hmm.
Mitchell. Thank you. Left is kind of odd to me. Um, but I think you're right in a way that, like, you know, Kentucky, even in women's basketball, has a standard, and this ain't it. And so she likely will be looking for another job. Come end of the season.
True. True. So Twan, as a Kentucky Wildcat fan, I mean, I don't know if you're a Wildcat fan for the women, but what's your thoughts on the women's program, man?
Uh, I don't have any thoughts on the women's program. Really, I don't.
No,
I don't
and
pay much attention to them. I mean, I do, watch my men's, but
yeah,
as far as the women's concerned,
yeah,
I don't really
and,
get into it.
and that feeds into it because if the program is banging, you gonna know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You may not
Yeah.
watch them, but you gonna know enough to like, yeah, they continue to do this and that. When it's bad, it's bad, and you ain't gonna get anybody over the cross to try to even say, hey, to win people over. Like, man, we don't want
Hmm.
to watch that. You know what I'm saying? Like, we don't even know when they play type stuff. So, no, I mean, you and a whole bunch of other Kentucky fans is probably the same way. So, like, no, that's understandable. Now, woo-wee, this game yesterday, boy, this rung.
Mm.
Syracuse beat Louisville 73-72. This game, Louisville led the whole game until like the last 2 minutes or something like that. When
Something like
Syracuse
that.
took the
Yeah.
lead, then Louisville came right back and took the lead. This game was, it was at Syracuse, and Louisville and Syracuse played, I think, 13 games ago? I mean, 13 days ago type stuff.
Right.
So it
Yeah.
was kind of recent. Things like it. They got a hell of a baller named Fur. She does everything. This team, Syracuse, end up with, I want to make sure I get it right, 12 block shots. That's unheard of. 12 block shots. So if you keep on going in there getting yourself, I mean, come on, you gotta be smart about the stuff. So I think also, you got a lot of players. Even though they're seniors, this is different. This is different. This is not Conference USA and stuff like that. When I done beat you at home and then you're gonna fold up. So Syracuse was gonna keep on coming.
Right.
But the problem was the call at the end of the game. Louisville was up 72-71. They had 3 fouls to give before they put them into the free throw line, let's sort of say. So that means everybody knows at the end of the game, when you got fouls to give, people's going to reach and foul people on purpose. So
Right.
Olivia Cochran reached, grabbed the girl, and at 2.6 seconds, so you got a couple more fouls to give, so you think you can go ahead and do it. The referee called it intentional foul. So that gave Fire 2 free throws and the ball. She knocks down 2 free throws, then she runs the clock out. And Jeff Walls was livid, which he had. I mean, because that happens. People know you fouled it, make them shoot it. This never called, so he was pretty much saying that that means every foul that everybody knows the fouls are intentional at the end of the game, even when you have to foul to get back in the game. It's intentional. So this call it like it is, which we know that's not going to happen. He's going to get fined and things like that. But I do love that he was able to speak his mind on it. Olivia Cochran got that foul, and it was kind of sad. But you never leave it into the ref's hands anyway. You take care of business, play solid defense, rebound. You ain't got to worry about it. But it was kind of shiesty. The Don, what's your thoughts on that?
Man, I know we was talking, through the game, especially at the end. When that moment happened right there, it took everything out of me because, like we know, they had fouls to give, and just ref knew what's up, and I don't know what it was, but how you just gonna? I think even the announcers was it just wasn't right. Let's say that. Let's say it just wasn't right. I mean, you don't put yourself in that position. I want to say they was up 9 points with 5 minutes to go,
Mm-hmm.
and they was missing everything. They went on a drought. I think they stayed on their 72 points for a minute,
Right.
and they couldn't. You gotta be able to finish what you started. And by you not being able to finish, you shouldn't have left it to at the end of the game where we gotta hold on. Like you said, you play to win. You don't. You play to win. You try to choke them, stomp their heads off. I mean, curb stomp them. I mean, I want to hurt them. I don't. We don't want to hold back at all. But they let them wander around and keep there at the very ending, and that's how they got right back in. And I mean, you had Nyla Harris. She showed up like she's been showing up lately
Right.
with 22 and 11. But Kiki didn't. She had an off game. You had the rest of the team really didn't have no really great game. Really, they didn't really show up, and they played good defense until the very end. I want to say,
Right.
and you let it put in Syracuse hands to win it.
True.
I hate that, but like you said, Jeff Wall, speak your mind, brother. Speak your mind. Tell the refs what you think. Tell them they suck. Ugh. Let the other guy do it too. But we ain't
Yeah.
gonna speak on him. Yeah.
Okay.
hmm
C Rock, you got anything?
Ah, man.
Oh, okay.
Oh man.
Damn, okay. Well, no, I agree. It's I watched referees basically control the whole game.
Right. Fouls.
I didn't watch them just control that thing. They when who was it? Lily Love fell.
Mm.
Nobody touched her. They called a foul.
Right.
hmm
Right.
That's telltale sign of of what the game was.
True.
What the game. So they controlled the whole game from beginning to end. It didn't help that some of your best players, Olivia Cochran, for instance, she only had what 6, 8 points or something like that. She
6.
didn't score much. Yeah,
Yep.
you know what I'm saying.
6 points.
That's not going to fly.
Right.
Not for her. It's not going to fly. You know what I'm saying? I understand Nyla's getting off. She's doing a thing. But you have to compliment that. You know what I'm saying? You have to have more than 6 points. You know what I'm saying? If she had more than 6 points, then we wouldn't be having this discussion. You know what I mean? But
Taylor
with all
too.
that being said, they called it out. You know what I'm saying? The referees controlled the whole game, calling BS calls the whole game, both sides, both
True.
ways.
True.
And you know what I'm saying? And yeah, he knew he was going to get fined, and he's waiting on this letter of reprimand. But somebody's got to hold these people accountable. Might as well be him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
He can afford it. He can afford it.
Exactly.
But you said Cochran, and you absolutely right. But you know who I always say who's been missing? Sydney Taylor.
Taylor. Yeah, she didn't get
Five
that.
5 points, and
Yep.
she picks up 2 fouls automatically in these big games too quick. Like I understand, man. You got to probably put her on one of the weakest link as far as other teams' offensive person, because before you tune in, she's on the bench with 2 fouls. So 5 points, and she hit a big 3 to get Louisville back the lead and stuff like that. But you need her out there. And Curry was in foul trouble early too. And she got off the last time they played, so maybe that was how they say scripted. You know what I'm saying? Because
You
she
know
got the
what?
fouls quick. They hurry up, got her up out of the game. Like boom, you out of here. Let's go. So it's something to be said. But like you said, it was just a bad refereeing. Period. You know what I'm saying? I like that. So you hate that, but it is what it is with that. Um, let's go. Let's go. Louisville, 79. This is the men. Georgia Tech, 67.
Had to clarify that.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
yeah,
gotta
yeah.
clear.
This
Gotta
is
make
the
sure
men.
you know
Yeah,
that.
make sure everybody knows this is the men. Scoreboard and news. I mean, people not used to that. They've won 2 out of the last 3 games. So it's kind of different on this one. And actually it came back. Came back and won, even though this Georgia Tech team was horrible, bro. I'm gonna call it like I said. They had one guy who can hit, and he hit everything. Hit everything. Dude ended up with 36 points. He had 20 something at a half or something like that. This is ridiculous. Like, come on, man. Every game we talked about it against Syracuse. Remember, Syracuse beat them, and the guy had 30 some points, 8 for 10 3-pointers. Well, this guy said, I'm going to hit 6 for 11. Like, I don't get that. So, Louisville won. Great win for them. Let's see real quick. Caleb Glenn, Mel
Oh man.
High, 15 and 13. BHH had 12 and 9. James had 11 points. Clark had 11. White had 14. Tyler had 12. Fouled out. 5 assists. 5 turnovers. Got to pick that up. But hey, Louisville improves to, and I hate even say improves, but improves to 8 and 16, 3 and 10 in the conference. Georgia Tech falls to 10 and 14, 3 and 10 in the conference. Travis, what's your thoughts on your Louisville Cardinals with the win?
I'm going to
Ooh-wee.
say the same thing I said last time we had a discussion about the win. I'm
Yeah.
happy that they won. You know what I'm saying? I'm happy that they're playing well. I'm happy that they're playing better.
Right.
But wins still don't feel like wins. You know what I'm saying? They just
True.
don't. You know what I mean? They just so, I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm glad they won. I'm glad that, again, Brandon's playing better. I'm glad that, you know what I'm saying? I'm happy with Ty Lord being on the floor. Like, he changes the whole game.
Right.
The whole game. But with other than that, yay. Thank you. Thank you. I can't muster that up. I can't.
Yeah,
can't
I
muster
know
that
it's
up.
hard, man. I know it's hard. It was actually
hard.
disgusting, but it's okay. The Don, what you thoughts?
I want to go a whole nother way. I mean, I want to give the kids. Let's acknowledge the kids. I swear, because I know they out there probably trying the hardest they can, and every win's a win for them. I want to give them. They out there probably trying their hardest. Me, even though that guy on the bench, I don't know how much he's coaching through, but they've come together better than we've seen them lately. I mean, I got to give them that. So they playing harder, hustling harder. You see them trying hard. I mean, yeah, like I said, it's hard to, but still watching the game, I'm still rooting, cheering, excited just to pull off a win. It's just like, gosh, Lee, can Charlie Brown finally kick the kickball? I mean, the football. Can he
No.
finally kick the kick? Can they finally get a win? And anytime, any type of chance he gets to win, hey, I'm more happy for him. I mean, Caleb Glenn, hometown guy. You loved it. He was hype. He played very well with that career highs, 15 points, 13 rebounds. And then when he caught that one off the rim and just jammed it on him,
Sweet.
yeah, I'm like, hey, we playing some ball today. They ended the game
Twice
on a
laughing.
21 and 5 run. I mean, who would picture that? Who would picture that? I think said something to you about when's the last time you seen them going at one point it was 20 to 3 or something like that. 21-3 run. Like, when's the last time we seen that? So I'm giving kudos to the kids.
I like that. I like that.
Congratulations, and keep it moving. But for KP, you know what? It doesn't matter. Any win he gets, any
Why
win
does
he gets.
why does it seem like a ventriloquist? It's like he's like it's
Yeah, he was just sitting there smiling.
I was smell. I can't help it. But any win he gets, it doesn't matter to me.
right.
But hey,
I love
keep
it.
it
I love
going,
it.
Cards. Go Cards. On to the next win. Can we get
Yeah,
three?
yeah. Hey, but you know what? The funny thing to me is that I didn't watch. I probably watched one game last year. One game. You know what I'm saying? Like one full game. I always get it to the first minute or first the timeout, and I knew it wasn't worth wasting my time. I'm like, this is garbage. This year, hey, I've watched actually a total of
2.
4.
Oh, look,
Four.
over both was the under.
4, yeah. Hey, so hey, I mean, you moving the needle a little bit for me to watch. You know what I'm saying? Uh, and it is what it is. It is, but I like how you said, man. These kids, you do got to give them the credit. You know, because that's what we wanted to see, some fight. You know, even if you're gonna get beat, man, you gotta have that effort, dude, because it's your name. At the end of the day, they're gonna say, Mr. Stats, Will T Rock, Madonna, you was a part of that 8-32 team. You know what I'm saying? Who wants to be a part of that? Like, I mean, you know, so you gotta fight. You gotta fight. Twan, we blaming you, you know, for all this madness for the past 2 years because he came from your school, man. You didn't tell us that the dude couldn't coach.
I did. I warned everybody I knew. I told him, I was like, dude, he got no experience. You know what I mean? Like, don't give him too much credit for being on the bench. You know what I
Get
mean?
name
Don't
on
do
those
that.
names.
I try to tell people, no experience. There was the year they hired him. What was the Rhode Island coach? I think he was super hot at the time. You know what I mean? I thought they should have went after him.
Right.
He had just come out of a. But yeah, I'm sitting here looking at this box score for the game, man. You got one guy scored 36 points. Nobody else in the starting lineup scored no more than 2. Nobody on the team scored more than 8 points.
Right, that's crazy.
So I wouldn't even credit this with a win unless, the defense was just super outstanding. You know what I mean? But, to me, just looking at this, they weren't all that great to begin with.
At
I
all.
mean, they just slightly better record-wise than Louisville is. So I don't know if I credit this as a win-win. I mean, it's good to get the W and all, but I don't know how much credit I'm gonna receive behind it. You know what I mean? If I
Well,
was on the squad, or how
all,
much I would take from it.
they're gonna take all of it. They're gonna take all of it. But you only won 4 games, and most of them wasn't on their team, so they trying to distance themselves. But you're absolutely right. They had one player, like the other 4 players that started that game had a combined 5 points.
5 points
Yeah, and one of them didn't score.
at all. Playing 19 minutes.
Bad
Yeah.
team. Bad
Yeah,
team.
that one dude. They kept saying that one guy. They're just daring him to shoot. Well, apparently, yeah, because he can't shoot.
But all right, well, I'll go to like even the comments on one of our posts on the Louisville, the post for the game where the guy was like, "Well, just how bad, it just shows how bad Georgia Tech is." Well, say that to North Carolina and Duke because Georgia Tech did beat both of them. So
Yeah.
they can have the good games, they have the bad games, but it takes probably Duke and North Carolina had some of their worst games playing them then.
Well, and they also was out, I think, without like 2 or 3 of their players, like that was main contributors for Georgia Tech too. So Louisville did what they're supposed to do. You got to, you can only
Yeah.
You gotta take
whoever
advantage
suits
of
A lot
up.
of mine should have suited up.
Yeah, whatever. It is what it is. But yeah, let's get that off the screen. Oh, look at here. Look at here.
Oh,
Gonzaga, 89. Kentucky, 85. This is the first time since what, 66, 67, that Kentucky has lost 3 straight home games.
Oh.
What is going on in Lex? Twan,
I
what's
don't
going
know,
on with your
man.
team,
It
man?
was the loss of Kenny Payne, man, and
He won
you
those
know that
games.
was falling out. You know what I mean? It's just we don't have our XOs guy, man, our clipboard dude. You know what I mean? So
Did
he's not keeping us
Calipari,
going, man.
Twan, did
Uh,
Oh, yeah.
Calipari carry the clipboard? Did he have the clipboard in his hands on the huddle?
dude, dude. Like I said, he relies on talent. You know, he wants those guys to go out and run. You know what I mean? I don't think he's really too big on the X's and O's. Timeouts, adjustments, mid game, those sort of things he lacks with. You know what I mean? So, to me, I just look at him as a glorified recruiter. Mind you, he gets enough good guys that can go out there and off talent alone
True.
win you
Yeah.
some games. You know what I
True.
mean? So I mean that's what his talent is finding guys that can go out there and kind of play some freestyle ball and beat you. You know what I mean? But when it comes down to, like I said, adjustments in game, changes made, halftime, timeouts, that sort of things, uh, I think he lacks on.
True. True. So the Don, I know we was going back and forth and things like that. And I know that's your second favorite team, Kentucky. What's your thoughts on the? Did you ever like? 'Cause this is crazy because even when they had a death penalty, they didn't lose three straight at home. So this is like, and then they got a tough one. That's I think it's tomorrow. Ole Miss comes to town with Chris Beard, so you know they're gonna play some defense. What's your thoughts on this, man?
Well, I mean, I was thinking really at one point when Gonzaga was winning, and I was like, okay, are they going to choke this up?
Right.
Because during the game, hey, you got Wagner sighting, Wagner's back playing. You had Big Z was out there, and all the guys was playing. Edwards back out there, and but Wagner 14 minutes, 3 points. Dillingham 18, 6 points with Dillingham. Yeah, that's surprising. Reed Shepard does what he does, 21. But at the end, I mean, Gonzaga just seemed like they wanted more, and I seen couple costly mistakes probably at the end, and Gonzaga finished them off. And hey,
Right.
I think it was a pretty good game though. Like I said, all the way down to the wire, no
Yeah.
doubt.
Right. T Rock.
I think I'm gonna piggyback off what Stat said because they were basically running the same play all game. It was getting ate up. High pick, throw. You know what I'm saying? Roll, throw to the roll guy, score. It was basically they lost to the same play the whole game. And I feel like Calipari has those Kenny Payne tendencies in the thing where he doesn't sit down with the clipboard. He sits down and say, "You gotta fight. You gotta roll. You gotta play defenses." You know what I mean? That kind of thing. Not necessarily say, "Here's what we're gonna do."
Mm-hmm.
Because if you say, "Here's what we're gonna do," you don't let the same play beat you all game.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, with that being said, um, they I feel like they could play defense, but I also feel like other teams have, for lack of a better term, kind of figured them out. You know what I mean? If I can run the same play on you all game and y'all not going to adjust, I'm just going to keep going. So,
Okay.
Well, I mean, it's like they had the year before with Oscar. They always had him in a pick and roll because he could not defend that, and so they still doing the same thing. They thought, okay, we've got 3 7-footers. They more they mobile. They can just move around way better than Oscar and all this. It's the same stuff. It is the same stuff because when that's happening, the help side defense is not coming down. There's none of that. So like, and why would I fix? Why would I switch it up? Why would I switch it up if I know you cannot guard this? And you got a team
Exactly.
with youngsters.
yeah,
So it's gonna take them time to figure out. So that's when it does come. What do you do as a
Bradshaw's getting
coach?
ate up.
What are you doing as a coach, right? What do you do? How are you going to solve this? So, and then you got these other coaches on the staff that, hey, if he's not that one, somebody's got to be able to do the X and O's. It's the same thing. The difference is that Kentucky got way more talent, that they're going to win games off that talent itself. But when you play well coached teams, you get exposed. and that's what's going on. Who would have thought the way they was battling and the way they was taking care of business that Kentucky actually is 6-4 in the 6-4 in the conference and 16-7. I didn't see them having 7 losses with a whole bunch of games still left. This team is looking at double figures losses with this talent, which is ridiculous. Definitely ridiculous. This is ridiculous, man. So, it is what it is. You got somebody get paid $8 to $10 million a year. You think he gonna walk away? Hell no. Because every year I'm getting a number 1, number 2 recruiting class, and that's what you want. Because I'm doing a spin. Because at the end of the day, I'm gonna say, hey, I'm still putting 3 to 4 NBA players, players in the league. I got 50 NBA players. But the new class is if they could have went anywhere and they was gonna go pro because that's how much talent they had. This ain't a Calipari thing. This ain't a Calipari NBA. These players was gonna go anyway, without a doubt. So
Right.
it is what it is. I'm done with that. Let's have some fun. Let's have some fun. Let's have some fun. Let's get into it right
not
now.
fun.
We know he's stupid. We know that a lot of you people remember that Thursday broadcast. So, Super Bowl was yesterday. And Chiefs 25, 49ers 22 in overtime. Exciting game, especially in the second half and the overtime. The overtime, this as an NFL, this is what you want because now you can explain what really goes on in overtime in the Super Bowl versus the regular season and stuff like that. That a lot of people claim they're confused, and we'll get an opportunity to, knock that down, saying that's crap or whatever. But we got two guys on here. The Don 49ers, T Rock the Chiefs. So stats. Do you got any stats you want to read anything before I let them go ahead and rock? Are
Let's
you are
see.
you good?
I might got a couple of nuggets. Not a whole lot though.
Okay.
Chiefs, first Super Bowl winners to repeat as champions since the New England Patriots achieved the feat. Super Bowls at 39 and fourth franchise to win 3 Super Bowls in a 5-year period. Pat Mahomes is trailed by double digits in all 4 of his Super Bowl appearances,
Oh
led the
wow.
Chiefs on a winning drive in his 3rd Super Bowl MVP. Chiefs overwhelmed on offense early in the game, fumbled 3 times in the opening 2 quarters, twice more later, and fortunate to just lose one. Um, Against the Miami Dolphins, Bills, and Ravens, they allowed fewer than 14 points a game until the Super Bowl. Andy Reid becomes the 5th NFL coach with at least 3 Super Bowls.
Mm, mm, mm.
Mahomes became the 7th player from the NFL, NBA, NHL, or MLB to win 3 championships and 2 regular season MVPs in his first 7 seasons, joining Larry Bird, Guy LaFleur, Bill Russell, Mickey Mantle, Stan Musial, and Joe
Lucio.
DiMaggio. Uh, yeah, that's pretty much it
You you
there. I'll give you a couple nuggets on the
you
box
you was you
score.
was close with Stan Musial, but that's okay.
Was it? It's Musio.
It's okay. It's all good. You can't. I like
All
how you
right.
try to sound it out.
Right. Brock Purdy, 23 completions, 23 of 38, 255 yards, 1 touchdown, QBR of 95.4. Christian McCaffrey, 22 attempts, 80 yards,
Mm.
touchdown, receiving touchdown. We got Juwan Jennings was 1 for 1, passing 100%, 21 yards and a touchdown in the game. Let me see receiving. What do we got here? No real standouts. Let me see. We got 80 yards from McCaffrey receiving. Ayuk had 49. Debo 33. All right. For the Chiefs, we got Patrick Mahomes 34-46, 333 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 INT. Mahomes, 9 rushes, 66 yards. Isaiah Pacheco, 18 rushes, 59 yards. Receiving highlights. Let me see what we got here. We got a touchdown, Mecole Hardman, and we have Marquez Valdez Scantling for TDs in the receiving core today. Yesterday. So yeah, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, and Kelsey had 93 yards, and most of that came in the second half.
Yeah,
Receiving
yeah.
on that one. Jawan Jennings also, he threw a touchdown pass. He also caught a touchdown
Oh, yeah.
pass,
Right.
which is, I think him and was the quarterback was the only ones who did that. I forgot the Nick
Yeah.
Foles, I think it was for
Oh,
Philly. For Philly, who knew? This game's right here, man. I mean, that first half, the Chiefs was stuck in neutral, couldn't do nothing. 49ers was sacking them, getting to them, doing whatever they wanted to. Right? It was ugly. It was sluggish. It went to half 10-3. But we all know what happens when you got Mahomes. So things kind of shook his way. He got a rhythm in the second half. They still trying to play that zone, and it's almost like I was telling the Don before we got on the show. It's almost like he wants to get those big plays, but then all of a sudden when he's down and he know he's just got to just move the ball. He's dangerous because not only is he going to pass it through that opening, he's also going to take off running. You know what I'm saying? He's going to take off running, do what he got to do, and you never want to go ahead and let him. We talk about this. You never want him to be the the guy with the ball last. You never, unless you up by 15, or 20, or 14. No, it went to overtime. Shanahan decided he wanted to go ahead and take the ball first. Which I don't know. I wouldn't have. I would have, let Kansas City have it. But we got two people on here. So I'm gonna let which one of y'all want to go first?
go ahead, Trav. You champ.
Oh, okay,
All right.
okay.
Okay.
Here you go.
Oh, yeah. So I'm gonna give you my quick slow clap. All right, I'm gonna give you my quick analysis of what I saw in this game. So my man the Don wore his suit all week because they came in and they was on business. And the first thing they do when they come out is got a boombox dancing on the way out to the field.
They do it
That
every
don't look
game.
like business to me.
They
But
do it every
hey,
game.
who am I to judge? Who am I to judge, right? That don't look like business, but I'm not judging, right? We came out, no dancing. We came out to play football.
Mm.
Now, with that being said, I was going to curse. Them dudes was hitting people.
Yes.
I mean, they was hitting us. Like, I was like, wow, how's this dude getting back up? Like, they was laying wooden people. So I was a little concerned. I can't even lie. I was very concerned because I was like, all right, all that they shored up a lot of their weaknesses on defense. Um, I felt like once we got used, once we got on the other side of our bend not break, especially with McCaffrey. You know what I'm saying? We kind of okay. We see what's going on. We had to basically get to him much better than we did. You know what I'm saying? Especially in that first quarter because that dude's a beast.
Right.
Right. So yeah, I mean we had that was concerning as well because I'm like this dude's damn near running 10 yards every time he touched the ball. I was like, my God, we got to do something about this. So once the defense calmed down, you know what I'm saying, and realized what they had to do, you know what I'm saying, they again, like we talked about last time, they slowed him down. They obviously they're never going to stop him,
Right.
but they slowed him down. They say, that the 49ers secondary, you know what I'm saying, was actually playing decent football. I mean, because Pat can get the ball to people. I ain't gonna lie, that pass to Mecole, first of all, my man Kelsey was wide open.
Mm-hmm.
Part of the reason why he got mad at it anyway. He was wide open, and the fact that he caught that football tells me a lot about Like come on, double coverage, and y'all still couldn't get that. I mean, and then we turn around and fumble the football. So again, say all this to say, they made the mistake twice of what my one of my favorite rappers. They said you made that fatal faux pas, and again, like you said, Will, you let him have the ball last. And then people was tripping on that last, especially during the overtime, because the overtime rules seem to be a little sketchy with some folks. And apparently, we knew the overtime rules because people was like, especially we was going down before we scored the winning touchdown. It was like, well, why are they letting the time run out? Why are they letting the time run out? Doesn't make any difference. Guess what? We
Hmm.
still get the ball third down in the second overtime.
Right.
So
Yeah,
we can
Tony
just let
Romo
it.
was educating you and letting y'all
Yeah,
know what the new rules
yeah,
were.
yeah. So we good. We good. And then what was even crazy is the touchdown play was the same play they ran twice on the Eagles.
Mm.
When Kadarius Tony on one side and Sky Moore on the other, when they just ran him in and then ran him right back out, wide open, wide open, and that's what won him the game. The 49ers played a hell of a football game. I can't even front. They played a hell of a football game. Made me a lot nervous. You know what I'm saying? But overall, you gave the man that you shouldn't have given the football at any time at the last minute. You messed up. And people go, I don't know, you gotta start learning that this man cannot have the football with a minute left on the clock, much less, you know what I'm saying, with in overtime. So you lost because you didn't think about it. I mean, essentially, it was a poorly thought out situation.
The Don.
First off, we shot ourselves in the foot. We shot ourselves in the foot. We had the team, we had the offense, we had what it had to take to score a touchdown, but we failed to put the team failed to put themselves in position to do that. And by that, I mean we had so many opportunities, and you can't win just by opportunities. You got to take advantage of any type of anything you can against Mahomes. Simple as that in Kansas City. I mean, I've seen a lot of things I said, of course, didn't happen, but hey, it's football. Who knows what's going to happen, especially it's pro football. And I mean, the first starting off, the first drive, we looked good, just opened up after Kansas City got the. No, we got the ball first, was just marching down the field. But then uh, CMC fumbles. Chris McCaffrey never fumbles. But oh boy, got that hand in there, got that scoop popped right out. Like, oh, wow. I know it hurt. I mean, that first drive, and then Kansas City comes right back out. I think we got a sack on their first drive. We got it. We was in there. I mean, first half we was playing some ball. Trent Williams got two penalties called against
Back to
him
back.
right away after that. Our next drive, I'm like, come on. Chase Young showed up, got him a sack in. The and then okay, I think it was a long catch by Kansas City. I mean, it was what 40, 50 yards. It was something that was botch coverage. Two people double. It was terrible double team on them right there from the safety in the corner trying to. I don't know what the hell they was thinking, but the fumble by your boy how you say his name
Pacheco.
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 Listen.
yeah, I can't even think of right now. So we couldn't even take advantage of it. We couldn't take advantage of stuff. The defense showed up in the first half. I think came to the second half. Our play calling just went a different way than it should. We got off the ground game. Started. You can't take advantage of Kansas City if Purdy's going to throw the ball and it's missing defenders. People ain't catching it. I mean, not missing defenders, missing receivers. People are not catching it. You can't take advantage of it because it's not going to keep the time moving. So once that ball missed, hey, it stops that clock. It's giving them more time. So the play calling went this way when it shouldn't have. They should just kept trying to run the ball down the throat, and they didn't. I mean, because Elijah didn't really get too much time in himself when you could have been inserting back and forth. Um, we had um, it was just it was hard. I'm telling you, it was just hard to watch. It got to a point because it seemed like we just went off the game plan, and we was playing. We got to the point of playing. I don't know if we just playing trying to play safe, but sticking in that zone and
Mhm.
let Mahomes pick us apart and dishing down Kelsey, dishing down whoever else, and just making those 11 yard, 8 yards, 10 yards, 12 yards, 15 yards, 22 yards. No, you ain't gonna stop this man. You're gonna just let him sit back there. Man, we were getting back there, but once y'all stand back in safe. I mean zone. Once y'all stand back there, their line started holding a little bit better, and I did say holding. But anyway, that line was holding a little bit better. He just hit up that middle, 16 yards. Mahomes, 8 yards to the side. Mahomes, 11 yards. You can't. We said that before. You can't let that man do that. Sit back there and just run y'all part, and y'all can't defend that because y'all sitting back there watching. No, that's not going to solve the problem. But we end up not finishing what we started. Let's say that, and it comes down to we got to finish it, and we didn't. I mean, the overtime that overtime play where it got down to third and four, I do believe, where we end up having to go to fourth down and kicking the field goal. Where I'm thinking one of our offensive linemen or whoever else, Kittle. I mean, it could have been Juice. Somebody did not get the memo as, hey, you supposed to block Chris Jones when he comes up in here. And Chris Jones came in just, I mean, he could have danced into Brock Purdy. He could have crawled to him because nobody touched him. He had Brock all by himself. And that messed up that because if he wouldn't have, Ayuk was there for a touchdown all day. But, I mean, that just tells you who comes equipped, who knows the game plan, who comes ready to play. Kansas City, like, hey, they finished what they came to start. They was more prepared. And with our sorry ass players talking about, oh, we didn't know overtime rules, I don't want to hear no fucking excuses. That's that's bull. That's bad coaching. Then that's going to your whole coaching staff is not having the team come prepared just in case we go into overtime. Kansas City going to say, oh well, we knew. Yeah, y'all knew it. Y'all won the game. That's hey, it is what it is. So when it comes down to it, someone's have to win, someone have to lose. Kansas City pulled it out. We didn't. Hey, congratulations, Kansas City, but we not over. We be back next year.
Thank you guys for listening to the Super Bowl therapy session with.
I mean, I'm glad I had to get off my chest. I had to get
That's
off my
good.
chest.
Nothing wrong with that.
So,
That's all
Need a
good. I,
Xanax.
I do want to say
so I
this.
got faith in my family. So hey, it's all
Okay,
good.
that's over with.
I
That's
do
over with.
too.
That's okay. Enough. I want to say this though. Um, Travis Kelsey bumps into bump, push, whatever you want to say, shove his head coach. Man, not a good look. Not a good look. I understand that they end up winning and they gonna shake it off and those kind of stuff. And if that was somebody else, would he got away with it? Would he even played? If that was somebody else, let's say if it was Rice, who was a good receiver, and he ran up and did that stuff to Andy Reid, would he even played? He probably wouldn't be back in, man.
No,
What was
I
your,
don't think so at
yeah?
all.
Go ahead, Trav. What was your thought on that?
No, I don't. No, I don't. It's kind of hard for me to still understand and fathom where that even came from. Okay, you're not getting the ball. Okay, we understand that. You know what I'm saying? Were you wide open on some plays? Yes, we understand that too. But it's not like if
I
you're gonna
believe
be
that was
mad,
after the
if you're gonna be
fumble.
Yeah, if you're gonna be mad with someone, this
Mm-hmm.
coach is not the person to be mad at. You know what I'm saying? Because there was later on, my man Rashid Rice and Pat were half-ass arguing with each other. You know what I'm saying? So everybody's
And
saw the team imploding. You know what I'm saying? Right there in front of your eyes. Now, to answer your question, no, if it was anybody else, no, they, you know what I'm saying, the changes would have been made. But he knows he needs him out there on the field because he made a joke afterwards talking about, well, he kind of caught me off guard and he bumped me. You know what I'm saying? Usually I can kind of
yeah,
catch
knocked me
him and
off
I give him a
balance.
little
Right.
something back. You know what I'm saying? Stop
Yeah.
it. That's not what you do. No,
Yeah.
that's not
But
what.
they both blown it
How many
off though.
how many
I don't think
times
it's
he done ran
serious.
up on you and bumped
Yeah,
you
it
and
was
you was
excuse.
give him a little something
Well,
back? That
you got to
that
think.
didn't happen.
You got to think. If they would have lost the game, it'd be a big story. Twan, what you
Right.
got?
I thought it was a tale of two halves. First half, it was all about San Francisco's defense. The bad boys came out, super super tight. You know what I mean, and was basically shut Mahomes down, the Chiefs down. They couldn't, move the ball. It's 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out. I think a lot of the Chiefs' mistakes came in the red zone. The fumble, I believe there was a couple other mistakes around the end zone that they had made in the first half. Then you have the second half, and there was a time late in the third quarter where they had mentioned that San Francisco had only had like a net of 3 yards total for the quarter. Um, I think the Chiefs' resilience, there in the fourth quarter and in overtime, the the poise he had. You got 4 downs, you know, all the to get back to, get you another, touchdown or whatever. You know, uh San Francisco had two opportunities, I believe, a third and a fourth down, that they allowed Patrick Mahomes to run for 10, 11 yards both times to get the first down. You know what I mean? You had two times that you could shut the game down, but you allowed him to run. You get all the way to the end there, and a wide open McCole Hardman for the win. Um, I just like I said, the Chiefs' resilience, like you said, nobody wants Pat Mahomes with the ball with any time left. New rules, no new rules. Either way, it was gonna be what I mean. It was gonna be a touchdown for him. Then too, like I said in the second half, it seemed like the Chiefs defense picked up. Um, those corners made some big plays. I mean, right on top of the receiver. Hey, get that out of here. Get that out of here. You know what I mean? You can't catch this ball. I believe there was one right in the end zone that he, you know what I mean, that he knocked off. So yeah, tale of two halves. First half San Francisco's D, second half offensive Kansas City, OT. Pat Mahomes, poise. I'm gonna get you there.
True, true. You hit it right on the head on that. And so we can we go ahead and say this, man? Are they a dynasty, man? Because the scary thing is what Patty Ice does. He makes it where the front office says, man, we winning championships without that number one receiver. You know what I'm saying? We drafting a guy. Maybe he can be a number one, number two, but not what everybody sees as a number one. Like he basically saves their money. So they can go ahead and spend on everybody else because he doesn't. I mean, yes, he has Kelsey. We know that. But other than that, come on, man. Like, if give me one receiver, what would that look like? Yes, he had Tyreek Hill. He's doing this without him, back to back.
Yeah.
Back to
And
back.
we talked about this all season too. The fact that they didn't look like the dynasty. They didn't look like the Kansas City of the last few years. You know what
Right.
I mean? And here they are. So I mean, you could never count them out, man. I mean, at this point, I would have to say yes, a dynasty.
Right. Right. 3-7, right? Was it 3-7
Yeah,
years? And actually
yeah.
shorter than that. It's actually shorter than that, but still, yeah.
Well,
Trav, what you think, bro?
I'm gonna say they are a dynasty, but I honestly, I wouldn't. I probably wouldn't have said it before the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? I would
Right.
feel like, okay, we're good, and we're, you know what I'm saying, we're playing well. We have great, you know what I'm saying, a great, tight end, great quarterback, whatever. But until we won another Super Bowl, I wouldn't even call this a dynasty. Like, you know what I'm saying? I understand that's different for, you know what I'm saying, for other people.
Right.
But now, with, you know what I'm saying, with what happened and the way it happened, you know what I'm saying, and the fact that we did, you know what I'm saying, win the game, I'm on board with saying the Chiefs are a dynasty.
Right. The Don.
Uh, I'm I'm looking at it. If they not, they are about to be. Or man, let's go with. I'm gonna look at it. Yeah, they so close are where you're gonna leave a dynasty because you got probably one of the greatest that's ever played the game on their team, and they are reaching to that end point so often, and it makes them that dynasty that everybody wants to put him at. So just by him being who he is, and like I said, the second coming of Brady.
Twan, you had your hand. Was you gonna say something?
Yeah, again, another thing that, you know what I'm saying, kind of makes me believe that this kind of cements himself. I mean, the team as a legacy, right?
Mm-hmm.
You look at their playoff run this year, the Bills, the Ravens, San Francisco. They
Tough.
weren't supposed to beat neither one of these teams. They weren't supposed to beat any of these teams by the way they played the regular season. If you looked at them mid-season, 9, 10 games into the season, you wouldn't expect them to run through it. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like that. They beat the two top seeds in the NFL playoffs this season. You know what I
Right.
mean? So if that doesn't tell you anything about their resilience and how tough they are and
Right.
what they can do, when faced with adversity, I don't know what does. You know what I mean? So I think this makes it, one of their harder championships, one of their more, bigger accomplishments as far as the season. They weren't expected to win as where in the other seasons they were expected to be one of the top teams.
I mean, to me, man, defense travels. Their defense, man, was one of the most underrated. I mean, you can look at stats and say, well, they top five. People weren't talking about their defense. Their defense held water while Pat and them was trying to figure it out, They're gonna figure it out. That's why a lot of those games was close games. It wasn't like how it was in the past, 38-28 or something like that. Man, they was winning close games and able to win it because their defense was able. Their cornerbacks was locking down people. Chris Jones was racking shop. Willie Gay and them running around smacking people. It made a difference, man. Because once you have a defense, you can't have someone go looking god awful in the first half and still win the game. And that's what you saw. Spagnoli, man, the defensive coordinator who was at the Giants, when they was winning Super Bowls, dude know what he's doing, man. And, he started bringing some of that heat in that second half instead of letting Purdy sit back there, right? So, hey, hats off to them. It is a dynasty to me. I mean, it's your boy's 3 and 7 years as far as his career playing. But, man, and the scary thing is, y'all know the draft, man, you can always get some people. And you can always get some people on low budget too that you want to come. Dude doesn't need much. That's the scary thing. He
Mhm.
doesn't need much. So they always are going to be a player if they got him. So you're gonna have to knock them out, bro. You're gonna really have to beat them, dog walk them. Otherwise, we still seeing these cats, bro. And it is Brady and them all over again. Because Brady and them got that stuff quick. Even though he played a long time, nobody was talking about the Patriots. Everybody knew Patriots with Tony Eason and all them weak players and stuff like that wasn't winning anything. Everybody remember the Patriots when they went to play the Birds and the Birds smacked them
Hmm.
in the mouth. Tough. Like, who is the Patriots? What is this? Tom did that, pop, 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 boom. And now we seeing the same thing happen again with Kansas City. And Twan, you hit it on the head, man. You beat the Bills. You beat the Ravens. You beat San Fran. Those are the top teams in the league. and you knocked them out the box. Everybody thought, oh, the Bills, Allen, Lamar
And come from
Jackson,
behind
all
games.
that. Yeah. I mean, that's what they do. And they just win games, man. And Andy Reid, man, people got to understand, Andy Reid's a hell of a coach. He was a hell of a coach. He was still a hell of a coach at Philly. They just had all kind of dysfunctional stuff going on with them. He got up out of that Dodge and look at it, man. Dude got 3 championships.
Yep.
Different,
And
man.
he said he'd be back.
Yeah, you. I don't care if you're 79. You got Petty Ice. I'm not leaving him till I know he's right. You have to push my ass in the wheelchair, and I'm out there still coaching and got my guy back there holding the wires, and I'm talking because I'm not leaving Petty Ice. No, unless Petty Ice is leaving Kansas City, I'm not going nowhere. I don't care. Coach, I'm good. Come on, just roll me up this ramp. Let's go. Let's Super Bowl. I'm not leaving him. You don't leave people like that, bro. You don't leave nobody like that, man. You just till the wheels fall off, till he says I'm done. I'm not going nowhere, dude, because I know I can at least probably get 1 or 2 more Super Bowls out of him.
Yeah.
And that's it, All right, man. I'll tell you what, this NFL season has been fun, big time, and we enjoyed every minute of it. So as we shift to basketball, we're coming up with different ways to go ahead and make sure you guys are informed, and we can give you guys our opinion. You can do comments, all that good stuff. Congratulations to the Chiefs and Travis for taking care of business once again. That's what he does. That's what they do. Congratulations to the 49ers, because the thing about it is you had an opportunity to play for it. Most people don't get an opportunity to play for it. I know that must don't mean nothing, but there's a lot of teams that don't even get to the playoffs or haven't been in playoffs ever. I mean, not the playoffs, but the playoffs too, but Super Bowl ever. Hey, you look back at it, as long as you guys continue to have an opportunity to play for it, that's what it means. There's only one winner. We know that. We just going to have to find some kryptonite for Superman. Make sure his ass ain't back in there. But thank you guys for watching and joining. And like I said, we got some more heavy hitter stuff that's coming your way. Good night. God bless. Anybody got anything else to say?
Peace, people.
Uh-oh. The Don? Okay, he ain't got nothing to say today?
No, I got a little, my little quote.
Yeah.
From the great Morgan Freeman, learn to be done, not mad, not bothered, just done. Protect your peace at all costs.
That's real.
On that note,
Yep.
peace.
It's 8 p.m. Crease. Let's get it. Mark and Will, yeah. Mark and Will, yeah.
It's the Mark and Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show. Monday through Friday, player. Watch it while you on the go. It's the Mark and Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show. Catch them at 8 p.m. They gon' tell you what they know. It's the Mark and Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show. Monday through Friday, player. Watch it while you on the go. It's the Mark and Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show. Catch them at 8 p.m. They gon' tell you what player. Watch it while you on the go. It's the Mark and Will Show. It's the Mark and Will Show. Catch them at 8 p.m. They gon' tell you what they know.